development process, and I use a lot of AI. I use ChatGPT to help me generate the code, and I use another artificial intelligence tool to help me even create the artwork behind the cards in the game. But I also observed Luke play the game, and I learned a lot from watching Luke. And there are parts of the game that come from watching him play, and we'll talk about that. So the types of players and the tax card. The tax card is a result of watching Luke play and how he interacted with the game and where he was on the leaderboard, which is really the point of the game. Anyway, we'll go over that, the user interface updates, the upcoming features, and the launch date. A little bit about me, the tools that I used to like to work on. They seem different in the game, right? But really they have a lot in common. They're tools that people needed to use, and I got a chance to use my expertise and my passion for programming to develop those tools. And so this is just one more, right? This is like number 4 on that list. Reasons for developing the market leader game specifically were to create it just as something fun to use, right? And something that was visually appealing and intuitive, challenging mentally. So I wanted to create that environment with this game, and I think I accomplished that. You'll see that. And I wanted to use artificial intelligence to sharpen my skills in programming, and I did that with ChatGPT, a generative artificial intelligence tool that actually creates code, and a lot of the code that is used for this game came from that.
You shouldn't reduce yourself, because you did so much code. It wasn't chat. You use them as a resource to do the code.
Well, that's a good point, Jill. That is a very good point. And I did have skills in programming, but what I didn't have, I had no familiarity at all with Python, which is the programming language that I use to develop the tool. And the reason I use Python is because it's just good at web interfaces and interfacing with databases and doing that in-between work, right? Processing the database, getting the data, and then handing it off to the HTML and JavaScript that'll show that to you on the web page. But before this project, I knew nothing at all about Python. And so ChatGPT filled that knowledge gap and generated a lot of the code for me. And I learned Python in the process because the output from ChatGPT isn't always clean, right? It gives you sample code that you will then have to go in and clean up and adjust somewhat for your specific purpose. But I did learn a lot about that language. Now let's move on though. Let's talk about the game itself.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I played it all night. I got no sleep last night. When you downloaded it on my phone and then you gave me the tutorial, because I didn't know where to press. And you're like, it's very easy. And it is very easy.
It is. And there's just 4 basic things about the game. Number 1, you start with 500,000 game dollars.
I spent all that.
to buy and sell shares in 11 different companies. Now, what differentiates this game from other simulators that are out there, the cards accelerate fluctuation in price that would take years on Wall Street to evolve.
Yeah, no, I love that. And it made me, I really was like, I shouldn't be playing this game. I don't know how to play this game. You made it so easy for me. You are the PC guy.
Yeah, and what other conversation we had too, Jill, that's kind of more relevant to this is that really what is this game, right? And number 4 point there is, I think, is what this game is about.
Strategy.
Is strategy, so that you can get to the top of the list, which is the imagery that I have here. The game comes with an interface that shows you who the top 12 performers are, and so I think it's almost human instinct, right? That when you see a list of top performers, that you see yourself on top of that list,
right?
And that you try to do whatever, you develop whatever strategy you need to get to the top of that list. And really, that's what this game is about. Is it more educational than sort of a challenge that way, and a mental exercise to develop a strategy to get there, or is it educational? What do you think? Anyway, with that, I think we'll finish, Jill. Really nice job. It was nice to include you in the update.
I love this whole